Hello and welcome to my annual New Year speech. I'm Harry Kazzam, or Andy, or whatever else you'd like to call me, and I would like to thank all of my customers for your support through 2014, and as so many of you have already booked for 2015, your continued support for the future. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. So normally my New Year's speech would cover a few world events, so I asked the young adults in the house for their input. They came up with Ebola, which is a terrible thing in the world at the moment, but I was looking for something a little bit more upbeat. Next out of the bag was that Germany won the World Cup, which shows how little I am interested in soccer these days, as although I am sure that I am aware of it, this event and its outcome was hidden away somewhere in my subconscious. Hannah then suggested, "The royal is pregnant again." I assumed by this that she did not mean the Queen. Congratulations to them all. Patrick chipped in again with some more football trivia. Well, he would, wouldn't he? It's his thing after all. And particularly all things Arsenal. He tells me that they won their first trophy in 9 years. I wonder how long Mr. Wenger would have lasted at another club. He also reminded me of a young man called Suarez, who seems to be doing all in his power to make cannibalism fashionable, and somehow is still allowed to play the game. Some things should attract a lifetime ban. I mean, maybe once should be allowable. Actually, no, it shouldn't. But this idiot is a serial biter. No excuse, and I fail to see why the police were not involved. They've acted on much less assault than this, in my experience. We have had the X Factor, of course, again, same as every year, only it wasn't, was it? I normally avoid this programme like the plague, but the family like to see it. This year I saw the auditions and was surprised at the quality. There really was some excellent talent around, and some went way too soon. I didn't watch every show, but I heard them. I was in the other room, and that's sometimes better because you cannot be swayed by looks or theatricals. I was rooting for Ben Haynow to win right from the moment when I first saw him on his audition. I didn't think he would win though. He wasn't your typical X Factor material. There is so much real talent out there, and I think this year they actually found someone who should have been noticed years ago. I wish him all the luck and success in the world. He really deserves it. Okay, so that's all my muso friends upset and alienated. Perhaps some of you really talented people should stop slating the show and give it a try. Or is that really selling out? Frozen! It is a real phenomenon. Crazy stuff. What is that all about? Enough said. Something else that is crazy is that new Play-Doh toy. How did that get any further than the initial design stage? Some things in life never cease to amaze me, but at least this one's quite funny. I'll tell you what else makes me laugh. Most of Robin Williams' catalogue of work. How sad that the world lost this amazing and wonderful man in 2014. It just shows that anyone, and I do mean anyone, can suffer awful demons at any point. We also lost the hilariously funny Roger Lloyd Pack. Both these funny men left this world too soon. So how have things been going in the world of Kazzam? Well, the beginning of the year was great. Training for the London Marathon, losing weight and feeling good. Summer work was coming in left, right and centre. They are even more keen this year. 2015 is almost full already in the summer. Certainly all the evenings are booked. Unfortunately, injury struck before the marathon and we were unable to take part. This was one of the most disappointing things that I had to deal with in 2014. I've started training again, and so who knows for either this year or next. In February, a life-changing decision was made. We started a new business project. It has been an amazing experience so far, meeting and working with some brilliant people. I am so glad that I followed a hunch and pursued this to find out the information I needed. 2015 is going to involve massive expansion and I can't wait. This new business has found me working on the beach in June with the family, combining business with trips to the zoo and overnight adventures, working with my family instead of against them. I've made many new friends and I love working with them, and I really can't sing this business's praises highly enough. All this fun means that there are some drastic changes going on here. I love working as Harry Kazzam, doing the parties, doing the shows, but some things are not so good about it. For instance, losing my voice every August and every December, working so hard for so little return. So this is going to slow down. Less parties, which means slightly higher prices, I'm afraid, but I will be harder to get and therefore surely worth it. I had a very busy summer doing magic and fun shows around Cornwall, and I met two young ladies who heckled throughout one of my shows. They were great fun, saying all the right things in all of the right places and really getting into the fun of it all. They would be a great example to some of the older audience out there. Thank you, Amelia and Rosie, for all of your input. And there, you got your mention. I would also like to mention Madison Glinsky, who is doing an amazing job raising funds for Little Harbour, the children's hospice down here in Cornwall. If you haven't yet seen her in the paper or on the TV, you need to do an internet search. That's Madison Glinsky, to find out who she is and what she does, and get supporting her. She really is an amazing inspiration. Finally, I got a holiday in September. I'd forgotten what it felt like to have a holiday. It was amazing. We all had a great time at Butlins. Hope to go again soon. Plus, somewhere more exotic for the adult in me. It is there, honest. I also got a project done that I had intended to do for years, but never quite got around to it. I finally got my Christmas sing-along video done, and it has had 1,000 views on Facebook today. Yippee! I would love it to get some more. You can find two versions of it. One on YouTube, just find Harry Kazzam, and one on Facebook, just find Harry Kazzam. Take a look. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer with Santa Claus. Right, I've waffled for long enough, and it's almost time to upload this to the internet. So I'm going to finish with a poem which Louise, my Mrs. Kazzam, and I nearly had read at our wedding, but it didn't quite make the cut. Perhaps it should have done, because it sums up perfectly where we have been, what we have done, and where we are going. This is not the complete poem, but it gives a good taste of it. It's a popular wedding poem, but I don't necessarily think it's about a couple getting married. I think this is about life and how to find it. I dedicate this to everyone who wants to achieve in 2015. Remember, it's not the complete poem, so do go and find it. Dr. Seuss was a genius. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know. And you are the ones who'll decide where to go. You'll look up and down streets. Look them over with care. About some you will say, we don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not so good street. And you may not find any you'll want to go down, and in that case you'll head straight out of town. It's opener there, and in the wide open air, out there things can happen and frequently do to people as brainy and footsy as you. And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew, just go right along. You'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step with great care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with left. And will you succeed? Yes, you will. Yes, indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. You'll move mountains. Today is your day. You're off to great places. So get on your way. I wish you all the very best of success, health and happiness for 2015. I hope it really is your year. And I hope that you achieve all that you set out to achieve. Above all, I hope that you are happy, for happiness is the key. Everything is easier that way. Remember to smile. Even if you don't feel like it, it soon becomes habit. To coin a phrase which somebody started in 2014, I hope you go through 2015 buzzing like a Kazzam. Happy New Year.